What's up, everybody? It's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, it's been a while, like almost half a year actually, well, probably half a year now. But Halo MCC, the Master Chief Collection, is finally getting a new update. And it is a big update. There's a lot of new stuff. And it's not just the background video of the main menu that's changed. There's a lot of new stuff that's been added. And we'll be taking a look at all the new stuff in this video. So, starting with Flood Firefight. It is finally here in the full version of MCC. The actual Flood Firefight game mode is now officially available, and it is a really awesome game mode. And I know a lot of people have been asking about it for a while. I've been waiting. The last time we saw it was during the one of the MCC Insider flights, like over half a year ago now, I think. And you know, a lot of people have been anticipating this for a while, and now it's finally here. And it's been improved a lot since the Insider flight as well. In fact, there's a lot of new stuff, like there's now hazards on maps, and there's also these things called boons, which are essentially AI allies that you can actually set or enable or disable for each map that you play a firefight on. So let's take a quick look at how Flood Firefight now works, now that it's been officially released. So I'll be doing on the map Lost Platoon, and it's not just firefight with just flood spawning in. I mean, that is the main part of it, but there's a lot of other cool things that have been added to it since the Insider flight. So once a flood wave starts, any flood wave on any map, you'll hear like a sound effect, and then the whole map will start getting covered in fog, a really dense, dark flood mist. And then the flood will start spawning in, and then you'll be taking on the flood. And this happens on pretty much every map. It's a really cool effect, actually, with all the fog. And then once you beat the flood and the wave ends, the fog will disappear, but will come back if the next wave is another flood wave. And also, as you can see here, you now have allies, AI allies, to help you out, even if you're playing by yourself. But I'll cover that more in a little bit. But the flood have also been improved a lot, too. They can now drive vehicles, which has not been possible since Halo 2. If you saw one of my videos a while ago, I covered whether Halo 3 Flood can actually drive vehicles, and they cannot. But now they can here. And in fact, these Flood, they have their Halo 2 animations for driving vehicles. Like the Elite Flood Combat Form, it drives while standing up with a Ghost. Fun fact though, if you shoot off the arms of the Flood, it could still drive the Ghost, even without arms. I'm not quite sure how it manages to do that. But anyways, I did mention earlier that you now have AI allies to assist you. And you saw Marines that spawn there, but on night maps like this one, like Crater, you get elites that actually drop down in these drop pods and fight right alongside you. And they are quite helpful, and it's actually really cool having those allies. But another cool feature now in Flood Firefight is that since you're an ODST, if you die to the Flood, and there are Flood infection forms nearby, your dead body can now actually get infected by the Flood. And it will transform into a new Flood form that we've never seen before, and I'll cover more in a later video, but it transforms into an ODST Flood form. And this is what it looks like. But like I said, I'll cover that more in a later video, but for now, you could get a quick glimpse of that. And of course, there's other new enemies too. You can now take on elites, Elite Firefight as enemies, and you could set the waves. There's different kinds of elite waves and stuff like that. And there's also sentinels they can set as your enemies now in Firefight 2. You can do sentinels only, and on higher difficulties like legendary, or if you do like lasso sentinels, yeah, that's a pretty unpleasant experience. They pretty much like destroy you. And of course, as you saw in one of my older videos from during the Insider Flight, there's also another new flood form, which is the Civilian Flood, which is just infected civilians, human civilians. Now, aside from Flood Firefight, there's also been other improvements, such as to the custom game browser. And previously, well, first of all, a new quick match button was added to the custom game browser. So when you click on it, it'll just quickly put you into a random match in the custom browser. So you don't have to like scroll through, you can just play something really quickly. But more importantly, all the games on MCC are now supported for custom browser. It used to be just Halo 3 and Halo 1, if I remember correctly. But now you can host matches on any game with any game type in custom browser, through Halo Reach all the way to Halo 4. that is now possible to do, and I'm sure people have a lot of fun with that because there's so many awesome game types across all those games that people have been waiting to play. Next up, we have multiplayer customizations in Halo 4's campaign. This was a feature that was added to Halo 1 Classic and Halo 3 campaign, where your weapon skins would actually show up in the campaign. And now that feature has come to Halo 4. You just got to enable it on the campaign menu, and then simply start your game. And if you have weapon skins applied to certain weapons, when you pick them up, you will get to see those weapon skins in game. Now, keep in mind, for those of you who follow some of the mod projects that I've released, this only applies to weapon skins. It does not give you your multiplayer armor to Master Chief in campaign. For that, and this is a little bit of a self-plug here, but for that you have to download my Halo 4 mod that lets you use your multiplayer Spartan in campaign, which I'm pretty sure can be combined with this new feature. So you can have your multiplayer weapon skins and your multiplayer armor in campaign. So yeah, that's of course that mod will probably need to be updated thanks to this new update. So if it hasn't been updated by now, it should be updated very soon. But I'm sure by the time most of you see this video, the mod probably will be updated. But if not, just wait a little bit longer. It should be updated soon. Anyways, other new stuff is we have a new skull in Halo 2. A lot of the other Halo games have been getting new skulls for a while now, but Halo 2 Anniversary hasn't gotten any new skulls for a while until now. In fact, it got the one really awesome skull that Halo 3 got a while ago, which is the Acrophobia skull. And this Acrophobia skull works exactly just like it does in Halo 3, in that it lets you fly around to explore the map, or to just go really fast as well. And it's really awesome. And like I said, it works exactly the same as Halo 3, has the same controls, and pretty much the same physics and everything from what I can tell. So there's a lot they could do with this, but I will cover this a little bit more in a future video, because there's a few cool things I want to show you that I've explored with Acrophobia Skull. But as for new skulls, Halo 2 didn't just get new skulls. Halo 3 and ODST also got a bunch of new skulls as well. Much like with Halo 1 many updates ago, Halo 3 and ODST now got a lot of the Halo 2 Anniversary skulls. But, most notably, one particular skull from Halo 2 Anniversary that a lot of people have been asking for a while is the Bandana Skull, which gives you infinite ammo in Halo 3's campaign. And ODST's campaign as well. Now, there are a couple skulls that were exclusive to Halo 3 and exclusive to ODST, but I will cover those in another time. But ODST also got the Acrophobia skull as well. So, in addition to Bandana and Acrophobia, you can, you now have both skulls available to you, and a lot of fun things you could do in ODST now with those skulls, which we haven't had before. Well, we did have it on MCC originally, but you had to mod to enable them. But now they are here officially without no modding necessary. So we also got new settings on MCC. As you saw, there's some improvements to the jumper settings, audio settings to change the audio levels of certain sounds in game, like music, dialogue, sound effects, all that can now be adjusted. That used to be PC only, but now it is available on Xbox. So that's a really awesome feature that I've always wanted on Xbox, and now it's there. There's also new medals that are being added to Halo 3. I'm not gonna be able to show them right now, but those medals, you can turn them on by enabling the unified medal display. But it's also a new feature called Original Plus, which uses the original Halo 3 medals, the classic ones, but with a few medals here and there that use the new medals. Just like 3 or 4, I think, and the rest are all original. And next up, we have Campaign Crossplay is finally here. Crossplay as in Xbox and PC crossplay. You may have noticed for a while that people on Xbox, even though they can crossplay with multiplayer on PC, with people on PC, we've never been able to do that with Campaign for a very long time now. But now it is finally here. But for now, it's only here for Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST. But other than that, the other games, it's still not here yet. But at least now you could start doing campaign crossplay with PC players or Xbox players, depending what you play on. Now for other games, you'll still get the same crossplay message that it's not available for that particular game yet. But hopefully 343 is working on that, and in a future update, more and more games will be enabled for crossplay support. And last but not least, this new update comes with a lot of bug fixes. Like seriously, it's a really huge number of bug fixes. That so much that I'm not going to cover in this video. But just a little sneak peek. There was a bug where when you're playing on co-op, you couldn't select the Halo 3 intro mission, Arrival. It would just be grayed out, and you wouldn't be able to launch it on co-op without using a playlist. But that's been fixed now, among many other bug fixes. So I will be covering all the bug fixes, as well as what still needs to be fixed in a very near future video. So definitely be on the lookout for that one. But that wraps up for this video for all the major new features that were added to MCC in this update. And like I said, it was a huge update. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. And if you did, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments. Other than that, enjoy the update, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time.